Well, hello, friends. I want to talk about uh, pad work today. We don't do pad work on a daily basis by no means. Um, we utilize the double end bag, uh, which we call Mexican bags. It's, a lot of you call double end bags. Uh, we utilize a couple of different heavy bags, and I'm going to get Joe a bag that I found I can find here, a hook bag where he can do some hooks on it. And when I'm able, I'm going to add that to the addition of the heavy bags. And we do the reflex bag. Uh, So we're doing a lot of things that you may do, but we don't do a lot of pad work. And a big reason that we don't do it is that I wasn't. We it, People did this back when I was a kid. They had pads. Typically, though, unless you were an elite in the sport. Or it was just a huge gym, they'd just hold the gloves up. So they'd put a pair of boxing gloves up, hold them face open. Because back then the thumbs were not attached and you could easily open a glove. And because of problems where people were getting thumbed, I suppose, they come up with the attached thumb. I believe the attached thumb has slowed boxers down, but I don't know. That's my little theory. Uh, we do pad work once, sometimes twice a week, but we don't do pad work the way you probably do pad work today in your gym. Different concept. I see these guys, they look so great on pads. You can look at Ryan Garcia, he's a little speed demon on the pads, doing these little coordinated punches. And I don't really have a lot against it, but pad work's way more prevalent right now. Using the pads started to become a big thing in the 80s, and but we utilize pads in a different way. We were doing pad work a little differently, and people started evolving, and people started becoming, and especially trainers started becoming very expert at this pad work, and they'll show you how to do all this pad work. And they used to do VHS video, or beta even before that. And they'd sell these things online. You look in the back of a boxing magazine, and they'd sell you a set of pads and sell you a video or two with it that would show you how to do all this fancy pad work. And that was a big thing. So hence today, almost everybody is doing a tremendous amount of pad work. And now I'm going to say something that's going to get me in a little trouble with some of the trainers. And I guess I'd be offended too, although I don't mean this in an offensive way. And let me tell you why. If I was 30 years younger and could move like you, younger trainer today, I would probably be holding pads and making myself look good And I think that's what a lot of pad work is turned into, making a trainer look good. And I'm going to tell you why. Since the advent of using these pads in ways that they have been used in the past 15 to 20 years, boxers have actually got slower. They have not gotten faster. And we'll probably do some pad work later today, and I'll probably put a video up with it. It's more reminiscent of Roberto Duran doing pad work. Not the 90s Duran, but the early 80s Duran, late 70s Duran. It's more reminiscent of that. Another guy that got put on the pads after Malik Scott was going to change Deontay Wilder. I knew that wasn't going to happen straight up. I knew it. Deontay Wilder started doing a lot of pad work, and damn fit, it just worse and worse. It looked good, and it made Scott look good, but looking good ain't about what this sport's about. And I don't know. Those are my little opinions on that. Don't want to upset anybody that can really work these pads. And as I said, if I could really work these pads, I'd probably be working them too. Right on with you. But I feel I have an advantage not being able to work these pads now. I'm so old and uncoordinated it isn't funny. But the pad work we do is different, and we do some pad work. And if I don't get a video out today or tomorrow, which is Saturday, we'll get one out next week of a little bit of pad work that we do. We'll show you a go around of something with the pads. And we do things very, very old school. Very old school. Well, Joe's hitting that reflex bag a lot, and yeah, sometimes he'll do 30, 40, 1 minute rounds on the reflex bag, or Cobra bag if you want to call it that. These bags have been around for years and years and years, and in the 70s and 80s and in 90s, in the gyms that were older gyms that had been there and established for quite some time, it was always a reflex or call it a Cobra bag, collecting dust in the corner or in a back room with stored equipment. And but these bags have been around for years, decade upon decade upon decade. As soon as they figured out that they could mount a bag or a ball to a spring, they figured that out. Those bags have been around. So they've just been repopularized by I believe Ryan Garcia was the first one to really get on these things and repopularize them again. So we don't do an awful lot of pad work. And I'm not able to do a whole lot of it. All right, so with Joe, we're gonna have mid-March. I'm gonna have a series of paid sparring partners to come in because we just can't find people to spar with Joe. And y'all have seen him sparring with some smaller kids and kids that aren't that experienced. I don't know how much I'm going to show you, but beginning the second week, well, that's this month because today's March the 1st. May the Ides of March be with you. Got to look that Ides of March up if you don't know what I'm talking about. but Joe's gonna have sparring partners come in 2, 3, 4 times a week, and it's the guys I'm bringing in. It's not all that expensive, and we're gonna be able to get some men in here that he's gonna be able to go with, and we'll show you what we want to show you. So, and I told you wrong. I said mid-March. It'll be towards the end of March. It'll be the ending March. This will start within the last 10 days of March. So, and he'll be sparring several times a week. We're going to have to go to another location to do that, but I'm going to have to get those services for Joe. And we'll see what happens there, but we'll show some stuff here and there. We'll show some shorts, videos with that as well. But there's a lot of things we don't do that maybe you do today, and that doesn't mean what you do today is wrong. And I'm asking folks to look at some, maybe you look at some things we do, and maybe you got a group of people or trainers around you that say, that's crazy. But what we do has been proven to work, and I would say go look at a picture, and a moving picture, a motion picture, is worth 100 million words. So just go look at the way these guys used to get at it and look at what you see today. And if you can't figure the difference out, that these guys of yesteryear would mow these guys down today, then I don't know what could convince you of it. So we're going to stick with what we do and keep moving forward with what we do, because it's been tried, true, and tested, and we're not in the market of innovation or anything like that. And we're just going to keep tooting along. The great thing at the very end of this, I want to quickly mention, Joe aced 100, his 9-week exam, straight across the board, with a 1-point exception. And what was that exception in? English. He got a 99. He actually missed a one-point question on the English exam, but the algebra, the sciences, the anatomy courses, and his science is physics, and all these other classes, he's just aced across the board. So I can't be no more happy with him. And we thank the good Lord every day that his will to work and shine and move forward is just an example to me and everybody that comes in contact with him. So blessings, everybody. It's an old man. Thank you for watching an old man ramble along, and we'll talk to you soon. Hope everybody has a great, wonderful weekend. God bless you all.